Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Thank you all so much for being here. Y'all could have been any place else tonight, but you decided to hang out here with me. And I really do appreciate it. Oh, you don't know how much I appreciate it. I mean to tell you, I was just telling somebody earlier today. I appreciate them. Okay, yeah, I am stalling. Give me just a second. And even worse, I got something in the oven. Okay. So, yeah, but I appreciate y'all um a whole lot. I do. Y'all y'all real nice and I'm almost done. Okay. Did I do that? Yeah, I did that. Okay. So, I hope you appreciate me too cuz I appreciate y'all and I'm just very appreciative. And so, um, and I appreciate you. Or did I say that already? Okay. And then I just need to bring up the slides because I appreciate my slides. Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, I'm almost done. Here we go. The slides are coming up. I appreciate you, Fancy, and who else is here? I appreciate you, Iris Demonia, Blue Draws, Vanessa Jones, Lady G. I just appreciate y'all. Oh, let me see. And oh, Lydia Washington, I appreciate you too. Let me see. Prayer warriors needed for Judy Matassa. She deals with an illness. Prayer requests made. Absolutely. Absolutely. And she has an illness. All right. We're definitely going to have to pray. Amen to that. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And as always, oh, wait. There we go. Thank you so much for the super chat. Okay. All right. And oh, yeah, I could do that really fast. Give me just a second, you guys. Nah, I don't need it. Okay. Don't need it. All right. Very good. We are good to go. So take that away. Oh my goodness. Judy Matassa, I hope you are feeling better. Let's see. Um, Francilia Mosley says prayers for you and speedy recovery. Absolutely. Those squatty prayers work. I'm here to tell you. Speedy recovery. Thank you all so much. All right, there we go. This is up and okay. Okay. No happy juice. Hey, Big Mama, I'm through stalling. I am through. Okay. All right. And I think my blood pressure was like 110 over 70 today. That's a good number, right? I think it was like 110 over 70. Anyway, it was a good number. So I'm glad for that. All right. So, royal family removes Prince Harry's 2016 statement about sexist and racist comments against Meghan Markle. Well, we talked about that already, so I'm not going to go into it again. I'm only sharing this to say that look at there, Time Magazine is talking about it. So I don't know if it's like a slow news period. I don't think so. But there's always constant interest in anything Sussex. And I'm glad that the wider public can, see that this has happened. Although with elections happening in the U.S. and in the UK, I doubt if a lot of people are paying attention to much of the royal news right now. And I'm actually kind of glad for that. And I hope that continues. Although we do know that the tabloid media are going to be hot on the Sussex's trail no matter what. But I'm just hoping that they will have some room to work, and maybe there'll be a little less negative articles about them for a while. You know what I mean? Just while the Duchess of Sussex is launching her house, her luxury brands, and Harry with his various interests. I just hope that they can. Also, they have their movie coming out. Don't forget, Meet Me at the Lake. That is another thing that is going on. So I'm hoping that they'll be so absorbed with um, the politicians that they won't have as much energy to um, obsess over Harry and Meghan. I just want them to have like a good wide berth so that they can get their work done without a lot of interference, because when the news cycle is slow, they really catch it. And must admit, sometimes it seems like they are the news. And I hope that, like I said, they can get some breathing room with everything else that's going on, not to mention all of the conflicts in other countries and such. So, but what am I saying? Come election day, we may have people storm the Capitol building again. I hope not. I don't think that's going to happen again. They're definitely going to take some precautions next time. But that really freaked me out. I didn't think that was possible. So, the Nigerian First Lady. Um, it is still very topical, and there are still some pieces that are being produced that are, I suppose, taking parts of it out of context, right? And so it's always going to be uncomfortable for me to hear Megan's name inserted in certain things where it could just easily have been left out. So I'm not going to get riled up about that again. But the First Lady's office has responded, and that's a good thing. I'm so glad for that. It's a start. It's a movement in the right direction. So online posts, media misleading claim Nigeria First Lady criticized Meghan's choice of clothes. The first of Prince Harry and Meghan's, I'm sorry, visit, what are the first? The visit of Prince Harry and his wife Meghan Markle to Nigeria in May elicited a flurry of media attention. It also sparked disinformation when a YouTuber suggests that a video showed Nigeria's First Lady Aluremi Tinubu um, berating the Duchess of Sussex for dressing indecently during her trip to the West African country. But the claim, which made international headlines, is misleading. Tinubu's comments were aimed at young Nigerian women in her televised speech. The First Lady's office told AFP, fact checked, she had not criticized Meghan's dressing. The TV station had filmed the speech, and whose footage was shown in a YouTuber's post, also denied that Tinubu had reprimanded Meghan. So um, that's it. She said that that wasn't her intention, and I think we should just take her at her word. Um, but I did listen to um, Duchess of Advocacy earlier, And I think she kind of feels the same way that I do about the whole thing with the Met Gala. Um, that is an American institution and it's something that I look forward to every year. And saying, well, mentioning things like the film industry or actresses and the Met Gala, as Duchess of Advocacy said, um, but please don't come for, I can't say it in her exact words, but that's what she was saying. And so I think for a lot of us Americans, that along with having Megan's name, caused a bit of a reaction. It was jarring, and but again, the first lady says that her words were taken out of context, so I'm going to take her at her word, and I'll leave it there. But it is triggering sometimes because if anybody has been on the Twitter, as I said before, it has been a real crap show on the Twitter. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of the emotions that were happening with the Twitter crowd probably spilled over into this situation. And it probably made people feel a certain way that much more because of all of the back and forth that was going on Twitter, which is why I say protect your mental health and stay away from it. I have a pretty thick skin, and for the most part, I don't comment on the Twitter, but it is interesting to listen to the conversations about other things. It's not always about Harry and Meghan, but I'm pretty sure that that played into it. And as I said, Tina from the Sussex Squad podcast, she actually was so confused about how this whole thing started. God bless her. She took the time to hear people out. And you know what? Since that day, I think things have improved. I think things have improved. So I'm very certain that it wasn't just a matter of the words out of context. It was also a lot of frayed nerves from the exchanges on the Twitter that, not for everybody, but for some people that kind of made it weird. So, but anyway, I think we should all put this behind us. And the first lady said what she said, and she said that her words were taken out of context. And I think we should just leave it there. I think everybody has learned something from this. And uh, earlier today, well, not just Duchess of Advocacy, but a few other people, and I will remember it myself, that anytime someone in Mandela's family says anything, immediately it is taken out of context. And that's why I said it won't hurt to give someone the benefit of the doubt because that happens all the time. And we full well know that the derangers are very capable of taking, I'm going to tell you something I saw the other day. It was a scene with the Sussexes that if you hadn't seen the end of the video, it looked very similar to a scene with Will and Kate on the Caribbean tour. And one of the derangers was trying their best to make it into something that it certainly was not. And I'm not going to say which thing it was because I don't want to draw any attention to that. But I could see why it looked convincing, like it was identical to a Cambridge situation, but it just wasn't. And it didn't really catch on because most people knew that it wasn't the same thing. But they tried it, and they always try it. The Derangers will, I mean, I have seen some of their social media, and they will take the slightest little thread and they will pull on it, hoping to unravel the entire jumper or sweater. So it is something that we have to be vigilant about it. And I did not share it with you because if I shared it with you, then what am I doing? I am helping to perpetuate the same thing that they were trying to. So I just left it where it was. As a matter of fact, I do believe I saved it because I save a lot of those things from the Derangers. I save them as a matter of record, which is exactly what they do to me and all the rest of the other content creators. They do screenshots and such. Well, I'm here to tell you, I do the exact same thing. I may not speak to you all about it, but I save it because, as far as I'm concerned, that's evidence, should it ever be necessary to share it with a higher authority. That is evidence. So, but they tried it and they keep trying it. So you always have to be careful um, when you share those things and you say, oh, look at what they just did. Can you believe they did that? Well, when you do that, you are really perpetuating that stuff. So most of the times when I share things with you all from the tabloids, I haven't even given them the clickbait. I have gotten it from another squatty. I don't even give them the clickbait. I usually get it from another squatty. So that way I don't have to go into it, the articles that are negative, which is a good thing. And also, what am I doing? I'm keeping a record of it. So that is how sometimes I have so many of those stories for different dates for similar things because when I need to, I, have that little recall and I'm just like, they just did the same thing in November. So always good to have that. It doesn't do a lot in the short term, but in the long term, it helps to discredit them and it helps to pick apart these little scenarios that they're trying to sell to everyone. These fake storylines. So that is something that I believe is necessary because otherwise they get away with it. Let's see. Said if I traveled today to Africa, I would be concerned an immigrant or a visitor. Let me see. I'm not sure what that means. Hi, Susie Q. Okay. Palaver girl. Let me see. The palace demons got to her. Now they're sending pathetic Tony Blair. Yeah, they Tony Blair was down there doing some kind of song and a dance. Not sure what that was about. I'll just say yes. I'm not even going to say what I'm saying yes to, but I'm just going to say yes. Yes, it kind of reminds me of that fat kid on the credits of Good Times. Remember that little fat kid, the one that was running or whatever. But yeah, it kind of reminded me of that little fat kid from Good Times. uh, you know how do you know how many times I had to try to convince people that I was not that little fat kid on Good Times? Remember the one for the opening credits, or was it the closing credits? I had to convince people I was not that fat kid on Good Times. Okay, so here it says the First Lady did not comment on the Duchess' attire. Tinubu's office also said her comments had been taken out of context. She meant Meghan appreciates the people we are, and hence her coming here, the office said in an email to AFP fact check. At no point did she say anything about Meghan's dressing. Arise News, whose clip was used in the misleading post, also rejected the claim. The footage shows Tinubu's comments that Meghan came looking for her roots. The broadcaster told AFP fact check. Okay, so again, that's it. We're done with it, and we're moving on. All right, now, Princess of Wales will not be returning to duties in June. Kate Middleton is not taking part in Trooping the Color rehearsal next month. Palace confirms in rare update. The Princess of Wales will not attend the Colonel's Review, the traditional rehearsal for Trooping the Color, on June 8th. Royal officials confirmed today in a rare update she continues her chemotherapy treatment. Richard Eden over here says the reason the king should let all the royals join him on the balcony, save these three. You know who he's talking about. Three that he don't want up there. With both King Charles and his daughter-in-law, Princess of Wales, undergoing treatment for cancer, this has been tough. Has been a tough year. A tough year for the royal family. So I think that is putting it mildly. It has been a horrible year for the royal family. I won't say they don't deserve some of it, but recollections may vary. But I'll say this much. Kate, if you could hear me, come on back. Just like they said in Brewster Plays, come on back, Seal. Well, you got to come on back, Kate, because if you're not raising your child, somebody else is going to do it. Somebody else is going to do it. Somebody else is going to infuse that child with some very dark notions that that might make things pretty bad for George when he gets older. He may turn into, God, I hate to say it, his father, but he might be a chip off the old Windsor, and who needs that? So you gotta come on back for your children. Although I'm not saying that Kate has the sunniest disposition, because I think she has been a mean girl, but I hope that all of these things that she allegedly has gone through, maybe she has learned some things, and maybe hopefully she's a better person after all of this. I hope so. I hope so. I pray. Yes, God protect George. Thank you so much, Denise Fortier. Thank you so much for saying that. He's a child and he's innocent. And during these formidable years, the last thing he needs is to, I guess, identify with that institution. I really do hate that those kids are there. And Harry said so much himself that he's hoping that they will benefit from his experience and that they won't have to go through what he had gone through, any of them. But of course, Williams sent word, these are my kids. I'll worry about them. And that is true. Those are his wards, and it's up to him to decide how they're raised. But, our eyes are broken when we're on the inside looking out. But when we're on the outside looking in, we can see things from a perspective that is practically impossible for the people that are most intimate to the situation. Sometimes we're too close to see things, but Anyway, gonna continue. Hopefully we'll be done in an hour today. I had been looking for that photo on the left, and thank goodness one of the squatties shared it today. I had lost it, and finally I'm like, yes, that's it. I thought I saved it, and I guess I didn't. That one, how could I lose that one? Now, Kate Middleton will not take the salute at Trooping the Color review. A few weeks back in UK Minister of Defense had erroneously listed the princess as attending the event. Well, as you all know, they had the palace had them remove her name. They had to remove her name. They said, nope, not going to happen. So you have to take her name off. And they did, which is so, that's kind of scary. That's kind of scary. Whatever, most of the people that listen to Royal Sussex knows that I think that Kate and William are two of the laziest people that have ever drawn a breath. Everybody knows how I feel about that. But I just think there's something more to it. I really do. And if I caught that lizard looking at my child like that, they would be picking her off the asphalt. Let me see. Is that coming up? I got something I cannot wait to share with you. Okay, I'm going to share it soon. Cancer patients to get tailored vaccines on NHS. Well, that is the big story, but if you look beneath that, Kate to miss rehearsal for Trooping the Colors. And check this out. Now, I don't want to share this young lady's name, but she is such a hoot. I have quoted her several times, but I decided to share her profile picture. She is so witty and so insightful. She said, but wait, an onlooker saw her buying sweets and books at the store. At a store. She's taking pics of her kids. She's being briefed. And what is that? On early years and energetic about projects, right? All of that stuff they were saying the other day, but too sick to lazily wave to a crowd on a balcony. Who's lying and who's eating this BS? I love her. And of course, she was responding to the tweet below that Princess Kate will not take part in Trooping the Color rehearsal next month as cancer treatment continues. Oh God, I cringe every time I hear that. And let's see, babe, what is it? Baby Sistal says Camilla scheming on a baby. Shameful. Yes, she is. Camilla, listen, don't be surprised if Camilla's kids are waving from the balcony. Do not be surprised. And that's probably why Richard Eaton was saying that they should put more people on the balcony. That was probably a mission for Camilla. So anyway, I do have a soundbite. I have the mother of all sound bites for you guys. This one is so spooky. It is so spooky that I promise you, it is going to bake your noodle. They said that on TikTok that there were some videos. This is completely AI. I said, this is completely AI, but you have to hear it. You have to hear it.
5th of December 2023. I made my last public appearance with my family at their Sandringham estate in Norfolk, England. It has now been over 5 months and I have not been seen in public, nor have I been seen with my children who mean so much to me. The photos and videos that have been released have been AI manipulated, including the audio which you are listening to. Please keep asking questions. Something is not right and you might still be able to help. Thank you.
Okay, one more time.
On the 25th of December 2023, I made my last public appearance with my family at their Sandringham estate in Norfolk, England. It has now been over 5 months and I have not been seen in public, nor have I been seen with my children who mean so much to me. The photos and videos that have been released have been AI manipulated, including the audio which you are listening to. Please keep asking questions. Something is not right and you might still be able to help. Thank you.
Isn't that spooky? Isn't that spooky? Now, I don't want to share the video because I'm not sure that I can. But there's not just one video, there's two. And let me tell you something. If you've seen the video, this is what they refer to as a deep fake. It is so realistic and authentic looking. Her lips are moving in sync. Now, her head doesn't move at all. But then again, it didn't move much on the other one. But that was her voice. That was her voice. And of course, they gave you a full disclaimer that this was an AI that you're listening to. I guess the only reason why you know that it wasn't her is because you could understand all the words.
2023. I made my last public appearance with my family at their Sandringham estate in Norfolk, England. It has now been over 5 months and I have not been seen in public, nor have I been seen with my children who mean so much to me.
Oh my God. Oh my God. So this has been on the TikTok, and today they shared it on Twitter, and it's been all over Twitter all day. So say of it what you will, but it is kind of spooky. Yes, Marsha, I remember I had tried to talk about that earlier in the year, or actually it was the end of last year. I mentioned that. Well, she's having preventative treatment. It's a preventative treatment. Now, right here, the last image of Queen Elizabeth, 96, who was dying from cancer, but the so-called future Queen of England, 42, is too sick to be seen, but not too sick to photograph pictures from home. I'm sorry, Photoshop pictures from home, which is, that is a very good point. And then this is something I had never heard this, you guys. Did you all know this? I was not aware of this. The Queen Mother had colon cancer at age 66, and surgery removed a tumor from her official. Oh, wait, and surgery removed a tumor from her. Official biography reveals rather. The book published on Friday says she underwent a 90-minute operation in December 1966 at the King Edward VII Hospital in central London. Clarence House said at the time that she had undergone abdominal surgery to relieve a partial obstruction. The book also reveals her likes and dislikes from food and television programs to certain heads of state. And then over here it says she was diagnosed with breast cancer in 1984 and a lump was removed from her breast. Her bouts of cancer were never made public during her lifetime. During her widowhood, Elizabeth continued to travel extensively, including on over 40 official 40 official visits overseas. So um, again, given the tradition of the royal family, it just does not explain why Kate has gone from view. This idea of her right to privacy, um, I believe that if you're living on the public dole, you have no rights to privacy. If the public is paying for your security and so on and so forth, you don't have a right to it. The public has a right to know. The public has a right to know. If the people from the Heritage Foundation want to go into Harry's green card record or whatever, then I say they have a right to know what the public is paying for. They have a right to know why someone is jumping the queue when it comes to treatment. They have a right to know. That's what I believe. Who's paying for it? Exactly this. Queen Elizabeth II, almost 100 years old and endured bone cancer. Heck, the royal family didn't even bother telling the nation the old woman was going through it. But with bones, they are always so quick to make excuses for her. Again, very protected. And it's a protection that would have never been afforded to Meghan if she was still over there. And it's not afforded to her now. If there was any type of cryptic announcement from the Sussexes, they would not sleep at night trying to figure out what it is and speculating about things that they know nothing about. That would not stop them if that was Meghan. Okay. So I think Kate should be okay by now. I feel she's in hiding or even worse, deceased, is my opinion. Thank you for that, Jules Ryder. Well, I hope that I hope that she will return one of these days. I really do, because I just imagine what those kids must be going through. For a child, when you're a child, you don't have the ability to verbalize your feelings as well as most adults could. Um, you're not able to articulate intellectually. You just are not able to do it emotionally. You can go through the most horrific things and just not find yourself able to give it voice. And I'm just afraid that the abnormal things that are happening right now is affecting those children, and I really feel bad about that. I hope I'm wrong. I do hope I'm wrong about that. Harry and Meghan ally claims William threw Kate under the bus and accuses the palace of lying before princess revealed cancer diagnosis as conspiracy theories continue. So the Renaissance Jesus video that she made, where she kind of sitting there like she's in one of those old Renaissance paintings. Um, the doctor in the white coat there, he was one that said, well, in so many words that he'd never heard anything like it, and it didn't make a lot of sense to him in so many words. And of course, their um, need for privacy all of a sudden, that which was not afforded to the Sussexes, that's everything that the Cambridges want. And of course, we all know how they have treated Christopher Bosey, who did pose that question or made comment about the fact that so many people every year are diagnosed with cancer, but this going into hiding thing is what is really alarming to so many people. Is why is it she cannot be seen? There's no clear answer for that. There's no way to justify the fact that she has totally disappeared. Right there. Is that it, or was it before that? Okay. Oh yeah. Approximately 9 million women are diagnosed with cancer each year globally. And the vast majority of those women do not stop working while undergoing treatment. Kate hasn't been seen in public since December. And no matter how much the UK press tries to spin it, it's not normal. And it certainly is not normal. Yeah, Barbara Richardson, no shade, no shade at all. I believe that we are all very concerned. When Diana died, I would say 9 out of 10 people assumed that the palace had something to do with it, right? And now, because of the carefully orchestrated propaganda, they have cut that number in half. They have cut that number in half. They have filled people's minds with what appears to be a very likely reasonable explanation. There was alcohol, no seatbelt. Not that there was a Fiat with a super bright flash in a darkened tunnel. Not that the British tabloids had put a bounty on Diana's head, offering hundreds of thousands of dollars for photos. That right there is probable enough. And that's the milder explanation. The worst explanation is that she was just in the way, right? That they could not imagine the future king of England having a Muslim for a stepfather. When I say they, you can only imagine who they are, right? One can only imagine who they are. But that is another explanation that, although it may not be true, may not necessarily be true, it does give you pause when you think about it. Wonder if it's a little true. Makes you wonder. Now, the balcony, the ever present balcony. So, this was the balcony with the Queen. Charles has stripped it down to just relatively a handful of people. And it's scenes like that that just goes to show the stark difference between Charles' idea of the monarchy. And Charles believes that he's doing the right thing because he believes that having all of these dependents on that balcony is going to somehow convince people that the monarchy is this bloated institution that has no place in modern times. Well, the truth is, the monarchy costs more for less people. That is where you're getting in trouble, is that it costs more for fewer people. This doesn't make sense that you have fewer people and it's actually costing the public, the taxpaying public, that much more money. That is unexplainable right there. You cannot make sense out of that. How are you costing more when you're working with less? Yeah, it doesn't make sense. It is costing more whilst you're working with less. I want to go back to this one again, the Ministry of Hacks, where he spoke about Carol Middleton and the fact that Carol may be the one leaking this information.
The statement that Diana published when her and Charles started to fall apart, separate, and then go through a divorce process is almost repeated word for word here. The Spencer family at that time were very clever in terms of how they handled PR. They made sure that the world knew that Diana had her family, the Spencer family, supporting her and the boys, taking care of her. This is exactly the same. The Middletons coming out fighting. They've made the same inference that it's their own family looking after Kate, whether she's ill or she wants a divorce or both. They are making it clear they are her support network. Nobody else is. Comments are open. What do you think? Please be respectful. This story has clearly been leaked by the Middleton family.
Okay. So that's what he said at the very beginning, is that this story has clearly been leaked by the Middleton family, allegedly. Shirley Holland says the balcony scene should be interesting this year. I'm sure Camilla's family will be front and center. That's what I'm thinking. Is that somehow they're going to get that old big head son of hers up there. That son of a Parker Bowles. Balcony, Buckingham Palace balcony lineup in full. Well, all of those gray images, those are the people that you won't see up there. So I believe that they want to try to get Beatrice and Eugenie up there. But if they don't, and I hope they don't, I don't want them to have the luxury of it. That is going to be very interesting. If Beatrice and Eugenie are, but if they are there, then likely they would have their husbands and possibly their children there. I'll say this, if the palace is smart, they'll do it. I'm sure that people are already asking them, so don't blame me if it happens. I'm pretty sure that people are trying to suggest that as we're here speaking, but who knows? Okay, next week, members of the royal family will join the commemorations in the UK and France to mark 80 years since D-Day, which saw the launch of Operation Overlord and the beginning of the fight to liberate Northwest Europe from German occupation. So yeah, that is coming up, the 80th anniversary of D-Day. So that's Thursday, the 6th of June. Wow, that is coming up fast. The King and the Queen will attend the Ministry of Defense and the Royal British Legion commemorate event at the British Normandy Memorial they're going to France. Okay. The Prince of Wales will attend the Canadian commemorative ceremony at the Juno Beach Center. Is that also in France? And let's see, Prince of Wales will attend international commemorative ceremony at Omaha Beach. I know that's over there, right? And the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh will attend the Royal British Legion service. Duke and Duchess of Gloucester will attend D-Day in Normandy. I hope people recognize them. And of course, the Duke of Kent. Oh my goodness, I thought he just retired. Anyway, he's going to be at Warwick Castle. Okay, so that's their lineup for D-Day. The Omaha Beach, the 1st Infantry Assault, experienced the worst ordeal of D-Day operation. The Americans suffered 2,400 casualties, but 34,000 Allied troops landed by nightfall, divided into Charlie, Dog, Easy, and Fox zones. So that's zone D, C, C, D, E, and F. Yeah. Charlie, Dog, Echo. Anyway, so yeah, that's what it says there. Hey, Rohini, I didn't know you were here. Okay. So, one of the things with the Troop in the Colors, which I'm sorry, not Troop in the Colors, but the event at the Cenotaph, which it doesn't sound like they're going to be there this year. At least I don't think so. Because, or is that in the fall? Is that in the fall? I can't remember. But yeah, I think that's in the fall, right? But yeah, that is when we first noticed that Kate was unwell. Those very unflattering photos that they published, and they did that like for at least 3 years straight. They have published some of the most unflattering, the most unairbrushed photos of Kate Middleton. Yeah, I don't know what it is about that perspective, but those are usually the worst photos, and they have them on the front page of the paper. But it also demonstrates that she has been unwell for a while. And this one is the famous one where Celibici mentioned that her mouth was askew. Um, Celibici said, I don't know why they would publish those photos with Kate's mouth askew. And I didn't even notice it until they mentioned it. But I'm like, yeah, that is kind of weird. But yeah, so she's going to miss out on all that stuff. Now, somebody who's not going to miss anything, Troop in the Colors, they're going to have the Republic protesting. They have been putting this notice out. Troop in the Color protest, the Mall, London, 9 a.m., the 15th of June, 2024. They are actively campaigning for people to come out and protest. 42. She's actually 42. 42, and her mouth's askew. You think that's when she was just fed up with her living situation? Yeah, I could imagine. All that glitters is not gold. In the autumn, we remember those that died in all the wars. Oh, thank you so much, Helen. Thank you so much for that. So it is later in the year. After all, the dust settles, they suddenly realized America had been saved by a porn star. The end. Um, well, that should make for a good story if only somebody would write it. That was a reference to Donald Trump, by the way. Sussex star Meghan Markle will use Archie and Lilibeth to boost Sussex brand amid American Riviera Orchard challenges. Says whatever pro. Prince Harry hinted at future royal tours for him and Meghan. So I don't believe this at all. And no, I did not actually read the article. I just kind of snatched it from someone's page. But you know what? They have not been talking about the kids, and I hope they don't start that mess. The most they ever say is that Charles has yet to meet his grandchildren, and I think that is plenty. They need not say anything else. But you know, and I know the Sussexes are not the part. We may not see those kids until they graduate from college. I just want you to be prepared. We may not see those kids until after college. They are in a state that has some very strong laws when it comes to showing people's children. And if you recall, some of the more recent photos that the Daily Mail shared, they actually blurred the children's faces. So even though some of those images have gotten across social media, for the most part, they have blurred the children's faces in the bigger publications. So they are not trying to share images of the children directly. But there are still some people that, if they get the opportunity, they will. However, Again, they have some very strong laws about that kind of thing in California, which is applicable in all 50 states, I'm sure, as well as in other countries. So they're going to be quite safe and quite guarded there, and I hope they have as normal a childhood as possible. Royal fans could soon be seeing a lot more of Archie and Lily. Of course not. Level of privacy around. Yeah, this is all a bunch of nonsense. They're waiting for the right moment. The thing is, you don't know what they're doing because Harry and Meghan are in Montecito where there are no leaks. So y'all don't know nothing. Now, sad day as one of the royals' favorite brands, the Vampire's Wife, is set to close. Famously, Catherine, the Princess of Wales, was wearing one of their dresses in her official painting portrait with Prince William. That's right. Another one of those brands that Kate has loved and worn seems to be going down the tubes. It is going down the tubes. It is collapsing. It is literally falling into the dust heap of time where it ought to be. Yes, the Vampire's Wife, and this comes from Gums, that one content creator that I choose not to name, but y'all know who she is from that handle that you see up there. Well, anyway, Gums reported that Gums, 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 Gums. You ever see how Meghan just loves the red carpet? She just really loves the red carpet. She can't get enough of the red carpet. I wonder why she loves the red carpet so much. Oh, that rat face of hers. I can't stand her. You ever see how Meghan she just loves the red carpet. You can't even get her off the red carpet. And the more she talks, the more her lips crawl up above those gums. All them gums all up in your face. I wonder why Meghan loves the red carpet so much. And her face just looks like something stinks. She always had that something stank look on her face. All right, y'all, don't go there. I said she looks like something stank. Elaine Parker, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Yep. Another business has gone under. Now, you would think with the support of the Princess of Wales and the fact that she wore, that is like an advertisement. People will see that every time they go to the National Portrait Gallery. But even that's not enough to save that particular company. The Vampire Wife's fashion label, beloved by Princess of Wales, is to close. And another one's down, and another one's down. Another one bites the dust. Hey, gonna get you too. Another one bites the dust. Yep, they are on their way out. No thanks to Catherine. I thought for sure with all of those fashion contacts that would save them, but no, they are going under. Yep, they are going under. And there you can see, there is the famous vampire dress. She wore a pink version of the dress with shorter sleeves in the Caribbean. And then that green one, I think that is her favorite. I think that's her favorite. It's called The Vampire's Wife. And also, as you can see, Beatrice loves it too. Yeah, Beatrice is a huge fan of it. How come that doesn't surprise me? She has that kind of goth thing going on, doesn't she? Yeah, Beatrice is a fan of The Vampire's Wife. As a matter of fact, I'm not sure that she's not a vampire. In these unedited images that I share from time to time. With these unedited images that I share from time to time. These images, I have done absolutely nothing to them. I have not edited or shaded them in any way. When they published those images, that's exactly what they gave us. And I didn't do anything, but I'm so shady, I just can't stop sharing them. Because I'm just kind of shady like that, see? I mean, when you look at it, it's like, yes, get out. I still don't know who did this poster, but I love that. Get out. 2024 presidential debate. Well, it should look something like that, I think. Biden is going to have to probably go to one of those federal lockups to have the debate. Maybe. And then over here, there's an image. I don't know how they captured him in such a accurate depiction with those little tiny hands and that huge bulbous midriff of his. And of course, there is a AI image of the former president behind bars. Full disclosure, it's not likely to happen, but one could hope. And of course, gotta admit it, I love that Jimmy Carter decided to still stick around to witness the guilty verdict. So, as you know, Jimmy Carter is in hospice, and they were saying that he was getting close to the end, but I think he had a reason to hang in there. I think he had a good reason to hang in there. What you think? I think so. So yeah, Jimmy Carter decided to hang in there until we got a verdict. So it's his choice now. Anyway, thank you so much, Mod Squad. Thank you so much for keeping this a safe space. And also, when you see our queens, it's time to go. You know what I mean. And again, prayers for Judy Matassid, who is under the weather right now and in need of your prayers and support, all of the positive energy that you can send. So please do that. And I will see you all tomorrow. Okay. Thank you. I told you about an hour, and that's exactly what it is. A promise made is a promise kept. Also, you all pray for the Sussexes, please. They still need our prayers. That includes the children, of course, and Mama Doria, and also those other children over there, as well as the people in Gaza, the West Bank, Congo. Also, they're talking about there's going to be a lot of hunger in certain regions. So the world needs your prayers now more than ever, and especially in Gaza and the Congo, because there's a lot of mischief going on. And it was very thoughtful of Petal from Facts and Two Cents to cover these stories the way that she has. It has been very interesting. So I hope when she speaks about these things that you're not being distracted, or that you don't turn away, because it is very valuable information, and it's better to hear from someone you're familiar with than the false concern of some of these people on these news programs and such. And that is if you can get them to tell you the truth. So thank you, Petal, if you are listening. And again, that is so thoughtful of her to do that. Okay, yeah, that sounds good to me. Everyone, please pray, stay safe. I'm sorry, please stay safe. Pray, don't peg, and always hydrate. All right, thank you so much. Love you guys. I will see you all tomorrow. You know what? I think today is a good day for what is it? Once Upon a Time. There we go.
How's it look, Meghan?
You're looking amazing, Meghan.